Rafid, which are the Shia, the ones who, part of them at the moment, are fighting in Yemen. I don't know if you heard about this. And the ones who had as well overtook and overruled the country of Iraq. And you could see clearly that in the number of years where the Rafida had control, they have done much worse damage than any other enemies of Allah who had conquered the Muslim lands. And that is including even the Jews who had massacred in Palestine, and they have done what they have done in Gaza. Those people, in only 3 years, they've done worse than those. The Jews will not torture the people the way that those people had done, and they're doing. And I'm just trying to make sure that you understand what is going in Yemen. The Yemeni issue has been cooking for a long time, for the last 3 years. When they actually even expelled and exiled the locals and the inhabitants of Sa'd, where Sheikh Dammaj, where Sheikh Muqbil was there, it is not now for the Sunnah. It's a land for the Rafida. They are called Al-Houthiyun. Yemen is most of it from Ahl Sunnah. But the ones who used to rule are from the Zaydiyya, a branch from the Shia, but they are not as the Rafida. They, even when they asked them what you are, they would say we are Shafi'iyya. We are followers of the madhab of Shafi'i. Those people, they don't, for example, insult Abu Bakr or Umar at all, those Zaydiyya, but they do not see that the Khilafah is for Abu Bakr and Umar, the proper Khilafah is to be for Ali and Abi Talib. So if you want to argue with any Shia, don't argue about insultation, because some of them they will not insult. You argue with what? Regarding the Khilafah. The Khilafah, because we have Ijma'. The Khilafah is Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali. Any person who doubts such a Khilafah, he is a Rafidi or a Shia. So from those Zaydiyya, it's called Al-Houthiyya. Al-Houthiyya are not Zaydiyya, are Rafida. Their loyalty is to Iran. Loyalty is to the Persian. Loyalty to the Safawiyya. Loyalty to the all thing that you could call it. Any person trying to analyze a situation as that this Houthiyya, they are trying to fight for the control because they have a difference with their cousins from the Zaydiyya, so it's to do with taking the leadership. You understand? That's what they said a long time ago. And I've heard it when I was a kid. And they are, it's a conflict between the tribe. No. It's a Ta'ifiyya, factionalist war. It's a Ta'ifiyya. Sunnah against Shia. Sunnah, Rafida against Sunnah. And the Rafida will not let the weapon down until they see us wiped off. And then the Kaaba will be in their position. And then what they're going to do, they're going to spread the shirk. And the shirk is manifested today in the worst of its things. It's not idols or statues, but actually shrines where it says, may Allah curse Umar. Allahumma la Umar. May Allah curse Abu Bakr. May Allah curse Aisha. May Allah curse. This is their religion. And they're doing it. And they're putting big, massive signs in Iraq. So those people now almost took control of Yemen. Before they even took control, they changed the adhan. The adhan is not the adhan before as it was. They added to it, Hayya ala khayr al-amal. Later on, we're going to add, wa ashhadu anna aliyan waliyullah. So as you are in Sunnah, you have to understand, to learn this, that the war is a war between Sunnah and Rafida. It is not a war of controlling land. Don't listen to this. And they are supported by Iran. And they are almost now surrounding the areas of the Sunni, because what they've done, first thing, Iraq. Well, the first before Iraq, Lebanon, the south of Lebanon, then Iraq. And they've done what they have done. And then in Syria, they've done what they've done. In Yemen, they've done what they've done. So they're surrounding and almost succeeded in taking Bahrain. So this strike that took place, which is called Asifatul Hazm, really had given to every person who's got proper sunnah in his heart a thrill. If you did not rejoice, there's something wrong with you, brother. There is something wrong with you. If you did not happy for that strike that had actually lifted up some of the oppression away from our brothers in Yemen, is there something wrong with you? And unfortunately, there are people calling themselves from Ahl Sunnah, they are protesting against this. Ikhwanis, the brotherhood they call it, brotherhood of shaitan. This brotherhood in Egypt are making uprisings. The ones who almost controlled Egypt, alhamdulillah, they did not. Almost controlled Egypt. They are unhappy for the strike that took place, the air raid. And very bad. And they're uprising and protesting. What is this? Protesting against your brothers. And you'll find as well, the ones who had made those Houthiyun to control more are from the Ikhwanis. One of them is called Abdul Majid Az-Zanadan. Whom Sheikh Muqbil used to say, these Ikhwanis are empty from politics and empty from knowledge. Muflisuna fi siyasa, muflisuna fi deen. They are bankrupt in religion and bankrupt in politics. They don't know anything. They have, facilitated the whole scenario for those Houthiyun to take control. And as I said, this strike, air raid, yes, it came late. But alhamdulillah, it gave us some sort of happiness. That we are Ahl Sunnah, we're trying to, save our brothers if we can. And one of the great scholars called Abu Bakr ibn al-Arabi al-Maliki, rahimahullah, he says, and this is something that I've read a long time ago, and it was actually as well revived by our Shaykh Mashhur in one of his lectures. That is, he said in his Al-Awasim wal-Qawasim, that the issue between us and Rafidah, it will not be solved except through the heat of the sword, not the coldness of the debate. Did you understand what he's saying? The heat of the sword will solve the matter, not the coldness of the debates. And another scholar, he said, verily, who are you going to debate with? People whom their religion is taqiyya and lying? How are you going to debate such people like that? Taqiyya means they show you something and they hide something. And they are liars. They don't really hesitate to lie against anybody. Allah or anybody. And they will make a swear and an oath again, for that. If any person doesn't know that, you're simple, brother. You have to revise your knowledge and make sure that you understand. And if you're upset for talking about this, you're really splitting the Ummah. Brothers, if you don't really unite the Ummah upon the Salafi manhaj, you are disuniting the Ummah. Do you understand that? If you are not uniting the Ummah upon the Salafi manhaj, upon Qala Allah, Qala Rasuluh, the pious predecessors, you are splitting the Ummah. You are disuniting the Ummah. There is no unity for this Ummah except on this manhaj, whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was pleased for us to take hold onto it, to cling onto it, and is not pleased for us to go and look for those parties of shayateen, little parties. Prophet of Allah, he drew a line like this, and he was pointing to it, long line, and he said, وَأَنَّ هَذَا صِرَاطِي مُسْتَقِيمًا فَاتَّبِعُوهُ. Allah said, this is my path, follow it. And then he drew little lines, short lines, beside it. Crooked, short, he said, وَلَا تَتَّبِعُوا السُّبُلَ فَتَفَرَّقَ بِكُمْ عَنْ سَبِيلِهِ. But don't follow those lines, short ones. Why? Prophet he said, because for every one of them is a shaitan calling to it. I understand from this that the line that represents Allah's path is long. That means it might take a long time for us to go and purify our aqidah and bring up all our generation upon. It's going to be a long, but it's straight, and it's a long line. Whereas the other ones are short and crooked. They're not straight and short. That means this Jama'ah comes in, let's just establish an Islamic empire. Get the head of that president, chop his head off, and then bring another one, and then we'll have a Muslim empire. Who told you that, brother? Who told you that we've got Umar al-Khattab to lead now? Then the people will submit to him. They will assassinate him for the first time. They'll give him maybe 1 day or 2 days to live. But they will not accept him. If you're going to accept him, there are billions there outside, then you're going to accept him. Then accept if we're going to close the cinemas and close the banks and close the... No way! They will not accept him. We're not ready for Umar al-Khattab and Abu Bakr to lead us. So, short and twisted. It's not straight. Where the line of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the last issue, which is very important, the line, the path of Allah is what? One. Path of shayateen? Many. Choose whatever you like. So many. Prophet ﷺ drew them. Like,